Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. So, be sure and post on the discussion board that's in Canvas on this activity. Okay, being committed. Open inquiring. Research based on, oops, come on, you silly thing. Based on facts, evidence, and values. You're taking risks, you're taking a position, you've got a complex problem. There's not any one right answer. So learn how to learn a graphic. Complex problem, risks. There's ways to mitigate risks. And part of the planning process, the Gantt chart. Gee, you can see what activities you can make choices on, choose an option, advance toward a solution. Failure, sometimes you have to start over. Plan for failure. Prototype. Do little tests along the way to make sure everything's working. So you have a big complex problem, you break it down into lots of little problems. And then try to put it all together at the end. Okay, just a graph to kind of show how to go about a big complex problem. Here's intuition, by the way. I don't know if you can read the graphic on the video. On the slide you should be able to. Rules of thumb, analogies, simulations, detailed analysis, finite element analysis in SolidWorks and things. Okay. Committing to it. Getting a plan and then committing to it. Okay. Lifelong journey. You gain experience. You share that. You share with others. You get more information. You try to process it, generalize it, apply it, and then it's a circle. It keeps going. What we gain through education is not enough. It's a start. It gets you in the door of an employer, but you got to keep going. If I didn't learn anything beyond computer programming, Fortran, that's obsolete now. You got to keep moving on. Observe, reflect, articulate, model. Observe others, your own experience, introspection, that's the reflection, information sources, websites, library, etc. Competitive research, customer research, and so forth. Gathering information, trying to make sense out of it, understand and evaluate it, and then apply it. Articulation. Articulation doesn't necessarily mean writing or speaking. It means application, that you're doing. Articulation means doing also. You saw this last time. Surface versus deep. I gave the example of the hunter hunting bear. Runs 100 yards south, 100 yards west, then 100 yards north. And what color is the bear? That's your synthesis. You're taking information from different sources. Your knowledge of geography, the knowledge of how spheres work, the knowledge about polar bears, to come up with a solution. Beyond just knowing, applying, and understanding, comprehension, understanding. You're actually analyzing, you're breaking things down, you're judging, you're critiquing the pros and cons of different decisions. Like Einstein said, the purpose of an education is not to learn facts, but to learn how to, the training of the mind to think of something that can't be learned from textbooks. You're innovators. Okay. We are the innovation field, by the way. Critical thinking, we're off the charts. Engineers and scientists have the highest scores on the MCATs and the LSATs. If you want to be a lawyer first, be an engineer. If you want to be a doctor, Be an engineer. If you want to be, if you want to get your MBA from Harvard, Master's of Business Administration from Harvard, be an engineer first. Because they look at that engineering degree and they say, this person can handle numbers. That's what MBA programs are looking for. Problem formulation, the observation, problem solving, the reflection. You're trying to tease out the problem, and then solution implementation. You're actually doing it. Notice how similar the ORA process is to our design process. Summary. So we've gone through the stages of learning, transitioning through the stages, why learning is important, lifelong learning, the process of learning. How do people learn best, and so forth. Here's a link to a website, Your Learning Styles, to help you understand how you should learn. I'll tell you, high pressure learning was not for me. I took a Spanish class. The teacher had a buzzer, and it was right now. What's the answer right now? And I dropped the first week. I can't learn that way. I need to be more reflective. Think about things a little more to learn. And that has to do with learning styles. I knew what worked for me, what didn't work for me, and I walked away from that class. Here's a good book. It's used by ASU, by the way, on learning. Okay, that's the end of this lecture. That's the end of all the lectures for this semester. Do the projects. So hustle on your projects, get those done. And with the COVID-19 thing going on, do the best you can to zero in on a solution, on a good solution. Design it and present it. We'll have a presentation, PowerPoint presentation at the end, and a report. You'll have to write a report. Okay, that's it, folks. I will see you, talking to you, and other things like that.